from Steve, maybe. He's worked with Steve on that, maybe.
Okay.
Well, that goes kind of right into our next citizen input on dog complaint on Bear Street. I guess that family had wrote a letter, I left mine at home, but more or less stating there's several dogs up there. The house is actually on Main, but they live right back there behind them on Bear. Stating that dogs run loose throughout the neighbors' yards and do their business, and they have to walk through it, and they don't even have a dog. And said they've called the police department a couple times. He's been there to talk to them, and everything was good for a few days and back to normal.
Actually, I only called one time,
Okay.
but apparently we talked to the owners of the dogs, and there's a neighbor who is actually letting the dogs loose. And we have talked to her numerous times, we've never caught her, they're doing it. She's an elderly lady, and she doesn't think dogs ought to be pinned up. And it's tough getting through to her, but she can't do that. But that's what we're working against right now.
That was a nice question. Did you get through to her?
We've tried, we've both talked to her.
Is there any possibility of putting a lock on the gate?
That's what they're working on, the dog owner is. Or that's what she told us the other day.
Maybe electrifying? But no, a lock would, sounds like a lock could.
You know, lock could help her.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
she was gonna try to do that the other day, she was changing the locks.
But you guys are on top of that and working with that. Okay.
Are the dogs tagged and all of that? Are the dogs legal?
I haven't seen the dogs myself. I don't know, I don't have a printout for this year, so I'll have to research that.
That dog owner needs to make sure that they cover themselves every way possible, and make sure that those dogs are legal. Because it could be from a minor inconvenience and complaint from a neighbor to a major situation.
Okay. Next on the citizen input is Brad Coney with K&M Specialty Pumps and Systems.
Hi, my name's Brad. I just wanted to come up here and check on our rental unit and check on the quote I provided Doug in February for the new pumps for the headworks, to check the status on both of them and see how things are going. Yes.
We're about to bankrupt us.
All right.
I mean, this has went on way too long.
Well,
6-7 months, I hope.
and I kind of sat down and wrote something up here before I left. Do you mind if I kind of read through
Go ahead.
how this has gone? In early February, K&M had one of the Marlow pumps out of the headworks in our shop for repair. We told Doug at that time the pumps were non-repairable and would cost more to repair them than purchase a new. At that time, we presented Doug with a quote with two options for new pumps for the headworks. The quote was for, the lowest one was for about $8,000. And also quoted him, Odon services coming up here, cleaning out the headworks, manholes and checking the piping. We did that and found no problems with either. Have not heard back from Doug at any time on replacing the pumps or getting new ones back in home. There were multiple times I've come up here myself and got with Doug, or a K&M representative has come up here and got with Doug to help him with the headworks pump, or we're trying to resolve the issue. We never charge anybody for any of that. In April, I contacted Doug again on switching out the diesel driven pump with an electric drive unit to try to save you guys money on diesel fuel costs. Never heard anything back from him on that either. So, from March pretty much on, I kind of just nobody's really got with me on it, so, I can't really do anything to help them, I just come up with bids. Just kind of run, let you guys know this, and if you need a copy of this quote, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
That's rather alarming, to be honest with you. This rental has been a topic of conversation every single month. I think we're up to like 14 more, close to $20,000 in rental fees. And I guess what our pushback was is we do a lot of business with K&M. You know, the impression that we were getting and the comments that were made was, maybe we can get K&M to work with us a little bit. Are we sure we're getting the best deal on this? And based on what you're telling us, you've attempted to do that. You've attempted to work with us, and you haven't had any follow-up on your recommendations.
That's correct.
And so what an awkward position you're setting in.
Yes, sir.
Brad, as it pertains to doing business with the town, I know it's not typical behavior for you to have to come to town board meetings so that you can get the audience that you need. And obviously our town supervisor's not here tonight to defend himself, but I sure wish we could have had this conversation long before we got to $18,000. I think we put something in place in conjunction to a special meeting that we just had to correct a section of pipe that was supposedly, or what's being presented to us as the major issue at this point right now. We put that motion in place last week to get that corrected. Which I guess that would mean you would get your rental back.
Which is fine. I'm not here just to stick a pump out to somebody and make them pay them money every month.
Right.
We're here to help, and we're here to fix you guys' problem. That's our job. I don't write the town's checks, and I can't fix something somebody don't tell me to do. So.
I respect where you're coming from.
I'm more than happy any day of the week, Saturday, Sunday, middle of the night, to come help, anybody's problems.
Well, we've been pulling our hair out because there was one point that it did come to the board, and we were told that it would be less expensive to purchase the new pump than it would be to rebuild the other.
The pumps you got are obsolete. They've been in there for many years, 30 years maybe, I don't know.
But then we got into an emergency situation, and opting to repair it under those circumstances was the best way to go.
Yeah.
So, we could have very easily stopped this bleeding much earlier. But you provide a service to us, and you've followed through on your end of the deal. Just because we're crying because we had to pay your fee, that's not your fault. But it is nice to know that you would come in and communicate with us. And as it pertains to moving forward, we would like to hear more from you if we're doing business with you.
Absolutely.
In all fairness, because we only get what we're told or not told. So I know what you've said has certainly changed my opinion of the situation, because we've been approving these every month. And so it's good to know that you actually did try to avoid it. It's not your fault.
Many months ago.
Well,
Yeah, it definitely would have been nice to know a long time ago, because like Mark said,